So in the last session, what we talked about? First, some approaches were discussed. What and applied. What is descriptive approach? What is? Oh, very good. How it can be helpful in normative approach? Yes. How morality can be also. This is what is. If this is established, then normative. Your favorite value, we all know, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, universal brotherhood. Then we talked about applied ethics. What is applied ethics? Yes, sectors. Yes. Some briefly we discussed professional ethics, various professions we talked about, how some values are universal. Use those values in any professional ethics question. Then we talked about which media ethics. Civil servant briefly we discussed. We also discussed neutrality, but technical. Rest values we will discuss in the coming chapters. And media ethics, I guess. Media ethics, everyone knows, right? Media ethics. We condense media ethics in one diagram for your understanding. And then later what we discuss? Sports. What is gamemanship? What is gamemanship? It's win by hook or crook, Australian cricket team, and many others. And some positive examples also we discuss, some incidents where sportsmanship was shown. So can you tell your example, some you found out while watching any sports? How is that sportsmanship?
Replying to people.
But he also replied through his mouth also, I guess. Try to diversify also. Don't try to cricket. There is also kabaddi, hockey, football. Here also find some examples. Football, I told you, when they respect their opponents, they change their jerseys, give to the opponent, they take. So that is also one aspect. And many you also mind some examples of other sports also. Everyone will write cricket. I guess 90% of the crowd writing means will write cricket only. Athletes Olympics is going on. Find there also some sportsman-like behavior. It will be helpful. Then some Mr. Lodha committee. Some prominent recommendations were ethics officer. RTA also, I guess he recommended. BCCI should be better. You can justify its uses Indian cricket team logo, etc. Uses Indian tricolor. Okay, today continuation of further. We'll talk about environmental ethics. Medical ethics we discussed briefly, but we'll discuss a bit more. Medical ethics or bioethics. Bioethics and medical ethics are a bit different, but we will use it interchangeably. Next is wildlife ethics or animal ethics. See, this is an emerging field, not much available, but still some aspects you should know. Now, what is environmental ethics? I just see a bit simpler topics. There would be no issue in understanding, not much technical. Many things you must be knowing already. Application of ethics. Now, environmental ethics. Yeah, one thing we did yesterday, answer writing also. See, what I'm observing from you people, you should have a proper hold on the content. What is happening from what I have evaluated, I can infer many people are not able to write in a smooth manner. So it shows internalization is bit an issue. You should not stop while writing. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, you should finish. See, as of now, as classes are going on, focus more on internalizing things. A simple question hai, still many people found it very difficult to write. Okay, it will improve, it will take time, but at least concept should be clear. There should not be confusion. Who said what and who said what. That internalization will come. Then there is other level, na? Foundation ke baad fir enrichment or answer writing. Answer writing will keep on doing simultaneously. Only when you understand things and you internalize all the what are those aspects, then you will able to enrich. इस पे वीक फाउंडेशन पे एनरिच करोगे तो फिर थोड़ा गड़बड़ होगा. मेक दिस स्ट्रॉन्ग. वो चीजें आसान है. एनरिचमेंट एंड आंसर राइटिंग वंस दिस इज प्रॉपर, not much effort required here. It's just an application of your mind and critical thinking. Focus here as of now. Okay. And see, if you want to do everyday answer writing, it's well and good. Your issue, everyone has different style of study, but without having proper knowledge, you will write rubbish. It is of no use. Okay. Because the internalization is also important. Some people give me law and ethics to check. Simple questions, still not able to write. Then internalization. RattaMaar thoda acha. Concepts are making you understand, but internalization is also important. First is understanding. Okay. Then internalizing. Then writing. These are step by step. Without understanding, you internalize, you will mug up. Okay, you mug up, but exam, you know, just 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days, सब लगातार होती है चीजें. अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी तो सब चीजें याद है. इस मगअप से कॉलेज एग्जाम तो नहीं, एक दिन हो गया, छुट्टी मिलेगी. So that's a understanding. I'm making sure everyone is understanding things. Internalize also. रट्टा थोड़ा मार लो. Then write. Then this smoothness will come. Don't get demoralized. It takes time. Step by step सब होता है. You are not writing mains tomorrow. You are writing, most of you, I guess, next year. Then time लगता है. Be patient. Have perseverance. Rome is not built in a day. It takes time. But perseverance and practice is more important. People mostly, what to say, here also that daily answer writing program, people get so much demoralized with remarks. Should I keep on painting a rosy picture? Many are, some are writing mains, they also get demoralized. Some are not writing mains. Why they don't take the feedback and improve? Keep improving. Life is full of ups and downs. Don't get demoralized. Okay. They remain motivated. Things take time. Good things take time. Okay. So environmental ethics. Can you tell what is environmental ethics? Now, application of ethics in environment. Huh? Okay. Okay, focus now. Important things. The rest gossips can happen all the time. Okay. So, what is environmental ethics? That is application. Concept. What is concept? Example. Wet waste, dry waste, environmental friendly, segregation of waste also. Example. Okay, yes, more or less same. Yes. Very good. Good attention in lecture. I guess I briefly told this. Yes, environmental ethics from your understanding. पर्यावरण, एथिक्स को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? नैतिकता क्या है? नेक्स्ट ट्राई. Okay. At least tell what is environment first. Let's see how much geography environment you are reading. Environment क्या है? environment no, tell properly ना. हाँ, summation of biotic and abiotic factors, that is environment. Biotic factors, environment. Now you know what is abiotic, biotic. Biotic is living, abiotic is non-living things. River, water, air, organism, bacteria, human, animal. Then what is ecology then? Prelims, I guess. Ecology क्या? Very good. Study. Important is study. Study of interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. This is summation. इसका तुम study करोगे तो वो ecology है. Okay. Now ecology. There exists an ecosystem in ecology. Now what is ecosystem? Environment, ecology, ecosystem. Prelims, I guess. Ecosystem. Desert ecosystem कुछ सुना होगा. Grassland ecosystem, forest ecosystem. Okay, when a particular area's environment we take into consideration, that is called as ecosystem. A particular area, okay, that is ecosystem. Like we have forest ecosystem, desert ecosystem, and tundra ecosystem, whatnot ecosystem. Ecosystem consists of biodiversity. Now, what is biodiversity? Basic stuff, I guess. I thought everyone will answer. Huh? Yes, variety of flora and fauna. Is called as biodiversity. India is a very biodiverse country, so ethics is very important. Environmental ethics in India. 3 types of biodiversity are there, I guess. Which? तो इकोसिस्टम हो गया ना, टेरेस्ट्रियल इकोसिस्टम. Genetic diversity and genetic diversity, species diversity. Yes, ecosystem diversity, very good. Genetic diversity, species diversity, ecosystem diversity. Basic stuff I thought to tell. India, very diverse country. Hotspot are areas which are very diverse and they are a bit threatened. So Western Ghats is one of the hotspots. Vanyad सुना है? Vanyad न्यूज में चल रहा है, आज भी आया था. Okay, that is Wayanad. Okay, sorry for the wrong pronunciation. Wayanad. It comes in biodiversity, Western Ghats, so landslides, destruction, they are encroaching. It is very hot spot for tourists, so more uneven development, lack of environmental ethics. So this much background is enough on environment. Okay. Now, as of now, we were dealing with ethics in terms of interaction between who? No, ethics. We were talking about interaction about who all till now. Ethics. Yeah, humans and yes, humans. We were discussing ethics between conduct between one human to other human. इनसे हो रहा था multiple human, society, country. Now environmental ethics. This human interaction with environment. This is environmental ethics related to human behavior of environment. It takes beyond human. What should be the conduct of human with respect to environment? That is environmental ethics. Clear till now? Like we said, environment can be an ecosystem, a species, wildlife, animals surrounding. Environment can be anything. Biotic factors. This conduct is very important. So environmental ethics looks into this questions. What should be the conduct of human with environment? And what are the ethical issues in context of environment? What should be the conduct, standards of conduct? What are the ethical issues? In environment ethics, what are the ethical issues with respect to environment? Okay, this is what is, it trades into this part. And most important ethical issue is what? No, give a macro picture. Everyone must be knowing this, I guess. Important ethical issue. Broader macro ethical issues what? Environmental? Ethical issue, that is, yes. But climate change happens because of what? Because of why it happens? Huh? But greenhouse gases, who emits? Industries is what? Development. So environment versus development is the major ethical issue. How should the development be carried out? What should be the challenges in carrying out development? This is very important issue. What should be the role of developed countries in environment and development? What should be the role of developing countries in conservation of environment? Then there is gender aspect also for environment. I'll come to each aspects. See, whatever issues we are facing in environment, it's largely due to the first industrial revolution. Lot of greenhouse gas was emitted by them. So morally and ethically, more responsibility should lie with the developed countries to reduce this. But they are also saying that you are now emitting more, we are emitting less. Ethical or not? Absolutely not. India doesn't have a choice with respect to development. Poor country, lack of resources. There should be technology transfer to developing countries. That is also one issue. Many times, what is that? Common but differentiated responsibility. Everyone knows this, common but differentiated. पता है कि explain करूँगा. See, what happened? Yes, सब climate change, everything was happening. Then IPCC, I guess, a organization, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. They should do something. So what the developing countries said, it is all because of you. This is all is happening. We are not even developed. We are developing now. we don't have industries. So in Kyoto, there is a place in Kyoto, Japan. It was a Kyoto Protocol was formulated. It said there should be common but differentiated responsibility. That is, every country has some responsibility. Differentiated responsibility means developed countries has higher responsibility with respect to climate change. They say developed countries should reduce greenhouse gases more drastically than developing countries. I guess after Trump came, I guess they reversed this. They signed out of Paris deal. So see, lack of global environmental ethics also. Responsibility is not fixed. Also, there is woman aspect also in our country. Any environmental issue, most environmental issue, woman is the largest sufferer. How? Yes, very good. Droughts happen, and we see it is household work is done by women. They have to walk so many miles to fetch water, agriculture, everything aspects, women. And also when there is a environment disaster, highest number of women issues, women crime happened then. When disaster happened, women are targeted in disaster camps and everything. Now Vanyat flood also, houses are broken, many things will come out eventually. That's why there should be environmental ethics. Because also one thing, there is one person called Thomas Malthus. Yes, very good. Malthus, have you heard? Yes, people who are reading NCERT, they must have heard his name. Geography and Environment NCERT, I guess. What he says, human population will increase by geometric progression, GP. And food resources increase in arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression, geometric progression पता है? मैं बताऊं? Okay. CSAT, I guess. See, 1, 3, 6, 12, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is GP. This is AP. Arithmetic progression, geometric progression. See what he's saying. I'll explain. Humans will increase in this. आज 3 ह्यूमन है, कल 6 हो जाएंगे, परसों 12 हो जाएंगे, फिर 24 हो जाएंगे. A food supply 1 is, then it will become 2, 3, 4 and 5. What AP is, the difference is common. Okay. And what GP is, ratio will be common. 6 divided by 2 is 2. So into 2 into 2 into 2. Ratio will be common. 12 divided by 6 is 2. This is GP. So what he says, humans will increase this way and food resources will be this. There is also harmonic progression. I guess you study in CSAT that time. Many reverse of yes. पर इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है हार्मोनिक. APGP में खेलते रहते वो लोग. ठीक है. So, but this was also proven wrong. There was something called as Green Revolution. But largely this theory is valid. African countries still food resources are lacking. That is where environmental ethics comes to you. You respect the environment. See, because this is going this slow. If you don't respect no environmental ethics, this will go even slower. This is going to increase. India na largest highest populated country. This is what he says. It's about threat to human population. If you threaten the environment, humans, if threaten the environment will threaten you. कौन सा theory of just बढ़िया हाँ और very good things are clicking now. Differential, yes, environment ethics you can connect, and you can also say there is differential principle. The rich countries has a responsibility towards the poor countries to ensure environmental ethics. CBDR. But now people are able to connect. This is what is enrichment is. If any doubts, please ask. Okay. Even the simplest of doubt, I'll answer. Don't feel that you don't know anything. Everyone learns. So, but one request, please be regular. Human action, environment. वाटरमैन अलग है, वो जीडी अग्रवाल ही लिखना था. वाटरमैन इज डिफरेंट, डोंट नॉट रिलेवेंट हियर. जीडी अग्रवाल आई गेस क्लीन गंगा मैन, उसका लिखना जीडी अग्रवाल. हाँ, that he was on strike that 111 days. Rajendra Agarwal is a waterman of India. Whenever some dispute happens, he is called. So I guess between settling the disputes between states on rivers or etc. That is waterman of India. Okay. GD Agarwal उसमें ना वो फास्ट में थे. हाँ, उत्तराखंड में 111 days. He was on hunger strike. Then we were talking about ethics in hunger strike. Ethics in hunger strike, I feel it may come this year because Hindu में भी आ गया था. I guess कल UPSC normally trades that path only. कुछ relevant आ गया तो उसमें वो डाल. I guess Guru Nanak ji had come in express, I guess last year. कुछ 150 years कुछ हुए थे तो the 150 years हुए थे गुरु ने कुछ तो more than 150 हुए रहे I guess. क्या था? अच्छा, गुरु नानक जी ना. तो UPSC asked, I guess in 2023 mains, teachings of Guru Nanak ji. So this way they ask. Indian Express में article आता है बस बड़ा सा. Also Lord Curzon also once was big article came in newspaper that year. UPSC in mains asked about Lord Curzon in GS1 I guess. So this way the current affairs you have to link. हाँ, तो जो हिंदू में आता है वो तो पढ़ना ही चाहिए ना. अभी ये हेडिंग ही इसका था कल के आगे, एथिक्स इन हंगर स्ट्राइक. ये तो अलार्म बेल शुड रिंग, राइट? डायरेक्टली सिलेबस में पूछ रहे. This is the cycle. Speakers consumption. See, this is how if human is very greedy, he has conspicuous consumption, is commodification, consumerism, materialism, unsustainable development. This will threaten human survival. Okay, this all will go here. This will threaten, environment survival. They will cut down trees, clear forests. This will in turn threaten human survival. How? Disasters, climate change, all disasters, right? Heat wave, etc. Right, whatever you want. That's why there should be basic needs will ensure ethics. If there is basic needs, ethics, sustainable development. Then there will be not this second. If human adopts a basic need, sustainable development, then there will be ethics, and there will be this cycle won't be there. See, is everyone done? Human materialism, consumerism, commodification, development which is not sustainable, greedy, conspicuous consumption, then we will threaten the survival of the environment, and environment will come back and threaten human survival. If human, how? It will be disasters, climate change, heat wave, flash floods, landslides, all disasters of GS1 you write. If human adopts a basic need approach, sustainable development, then there will be ethics, there will be environmental ethics. That's which? Yes, heat wave, right? All disasters, heat wave, flash floods, landslides, earthquake, volcano, and whatnot. Now, see, protection of environment, how it can be ensured. Okay. Protection of environment. How it can be ensured? That is rules and regulation by government, and laws. Yes, welcome. Primary approach is this. Regulation by government, we have for regulation Ministry of Environment and Forest. There is also National Green Tribunal. It's all but regulation. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, National Green Tribunal. It is to deal with environmental issues. And next is laws. Laws are many. Name some laws. Act 1986. I guess. Where? 86, many. Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Many are there. Environment impact assessment इसी के अंदर आया. Social impact assessment. Many NGOs are working. I'll give some names of NGOs. Once UPSC asks, name some NGOs working for environment. There are questions some here, I guess, long time back. A question was also some there, but also this question was also added to the same question. Name some NGOs working for environment. Because that time, I guess it was in that news. Delhi, we all know, it becomes a gas chamber, and they filed a petition and they banned crackers. So in that context, that they asked, can you name some NGOs working for and Wildlife International? PETA, People for Ethical Treatment for Animals. NGO, international NGO. Okay, I'll tell later. We'll come to that. But we all know this is not enough. ये तो कब से है? 1986 से. Still environment, and there is some issues. I guess fundamental duty also in protection of environment and developing compassion towards all living creatures. Then because of this is alone may not be effective. That's why we need ethics, virtuous character. There should be emphasis on environment. Environment is there, you are there, happiness will be there. One of the reasons why people of Bhutan rank high in the happiness index is because of environment, pristineness of the environment they maintain. Also, we should promote traditional practices. Tribals, we all know, have a close relation with forest. Sacred groves, पता है sacred groves concept? Sacred groves. Sacred groves, they consider some part of the forest as their gods. Gods reside there. Many tribals don't even chop the trees or everything, whatever that is fallen, that only they keep. I guess Bishnoi community has a very close relation with animals. Conservation. See, she is more like GS3 only. What I can do, I'll try to add as many ethics angle as possible. See why this is needed. We all know there is an alarming situation. IPCC, not our IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. What it said? If the current emission of greenhouse gases goes at the same rate, then by 2040, 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius temperature will increase and it will be very disastrous. Disastrous to humanity. Many coastal areas will be sunk, and see, most of the affected regions will be the under least developed countries, small countries, least developed countries like African nation. Food shortages will be there. We all know Malthus. Food shortages, then hunger and all issues will increase. And that's why it is ethical responsibility of the developed nations. Many coastal countries like Seychelles, Maldives, and that Micronesia, Melanesia, East Timor, many countries, Fiji, East Timor, West Timor, small countries above left of Indonesia, they all will get sunk. Bangladesh also, many parts of Bangladesh will be sunk if environmental ethics is not ensured. That is, the developed countries take the responsibility of conserving the environment because they have all the resources and technology with them. Also, I guess recent report, Lancet report, few weeks back only, I guess it was in news. Lancet. What does Lancet report say? A few weeks only, I guess 1 month back, I guess it was in news. Significant question can come this year for me. 7% of the deaths in India happen due to air pollution. 7% of deaths. The deaths happen in India due to air pollution. So these are the major issues, like solutions. You write down now, नहीं तो फिर बहुत ज़्यादा लिखना हो जाएगा. So these are major issues. Later we'll also discuss what should be the conduct of human with respect to environmental ethics. Okay. I will give one interesting observation also, what I had with how people say what and do what at the end of environmental ethics. Okay, environmental ethics. Related to human behavior. In context of the environment. Related to human behavior in context of environment. It takes ethics beyond human. It takes ethics beyond human. It's about how humans should conduct with its environment. It is about how humans should conduct with its environment. Environment here can be, right, uske niche. Environment here can be an ecosystem of species. Environment here can be an ecosystem of species, wildlife, animals, lakes, etc. Lakes, rivers, etc. That is human surrounding. Surroundings. So ecology, ecosystem, you want to write or you will manage? Biodiversity. Okay. Since environment conduct can't be ethically guided, environment conduct can't be ethically guided, but environment conduct may change due to human conduct. Therefore, environment conduct may change due to human conduct. Huh? Environment cannot ethically conduct, right? It is human keeps on interaction. Because of humans' conduct, environment conduct can be changed. This is how the conduct can change of environment. So you understood now how we were dealing with humans, now human and environment. Okay. Environment conduct deals with number 1, ethical standards for human conduct. In context of environment. Ethical standards for human conduct in context of environment. Number 2, ethical issues in context of environment. Such as environment versus development. GM crop is also one issue, ethical issue. Since there is continuous increase in pressure, on environment by humans, since there is continuous increase in pressure on environment by humans, environment faces threats and challenges. Challenges. Thomas Malthus. Outline. Human population grows in geometric progression. Food resources grows in arithmetic progression. Food resources grows in arithmetic progression. This creates imbalances. Human activities have challenged the survival of environment, which in turn threatens the survival of human. See, this is the diagram which explains how it. Hope all of you have drawn this. Protection of environment can be by regulation of government, can be by regulation of government, and law and institutions like NGT, National Green Tribunal. See, you mentioned laws, whatever you know in briefly, okay, but environment ethics can't be ensured by legal means. See, you can also write here that Plato quote, good people do not need law, bad people will always find way around the law. Okay, that you can connect. See, if question comes in the examination, despite of having so many environmental laws, still we are facing environmental crisis, then that question should not be written like GS3. It should be written as environmental ethics. Okay, then you have to open up ethics angles, this Plato, everything, whatever we have been discussing on environmental ethics. Many people fall in the trap. They'll write GS3 everything, all laws, and you will get 1 or 2 marks. Good answer in GS3, not in GS4. Also, case study also comes, environment related destruction, this is happening, there is dam is to be built, then use these angles of environmental ethics. Okay. Yes, means ends you can use. Wrong means should justify ends. If you adopt the wrong means, like you destroy the environment for development. Yes, lot of you can see. This is what is all about. UPSC many times don't ask thinkers directly, but application is very important. Many people go and study this last chapters only, human values, public service, ignoring thinkers, Hobbes, and who created ethics. What marks they will get? Writing only this values. Ethics is not values. We already discuss. Ethics is more than values. I remember one more diagram for you. You can use. Ethics, morality, values. Now everyone fill those values by yourself, which is ethics, which is values. Okay, and there can also be an overlap. If question comes on all three, define ethics, morality, and values. Elaborate on ethics, morality, values. Are ethics, morality, values the same? Morality and values are a resultant of ethics. All this you have to write. If question comes, so is morality and ethics a resultant of ethics? You should not agree. Ethics and morality is not a resultant of ethics. Ethics is much more than morality and values. Okay. Many people will agree, yes, morality is and values are ethics, but no. Ethics is more than morality and values. We have discussed this in detail. Refer to your notes. The diagram will come. So this is all the traps UPSC sets. Many people keep on agreeing, lack of proper understanding of various concepts. Now write some brief facts. It will be helpful for you. IPCC report. Legal क्या? That's why ethics is needed. Environmental ethics is needed. This normally deals with the consequences. but consequences won't ensure environmentalism and environmental ethics. अभी दिल्ली कैपिटल ऑफ अ कंट्री कब से गैस चेम्बर बन रहा है? दिस 2013-14 से इतने सारे लॉज लेके आए, हर साल गैस चेम्बर ही बनता है वो. Many laws, I guess. NGT observation is there. Graded actional plan भी है कुछ. फिर वो odd even कुछ लाया था. जिसके पास 2 गाड़ी है रोज गाड़ी लेके घूमेगा odd even. See, punishing the poor. This is what. Person having 1 car will have to use public transport. Person having 2 cars, he can game the system. Then not many laws, I guess they law, but see what happens every year. Same issue. Keep blaming Punjab, keep blaming Haryana, keep blaming Delhi government. That is consequence. Before, I guess Delhi was pretty much clean. Once I visited in my college days, that was in winters no issue of pollution was there. And drastically, I guess many development activities happened. The machine snowballed into big. Still, so many years, no solution to that. Let people die. Rich people can afford an air purifier. They don't go out of their house, work from home. But what about the workers who are driving rickshaws, who are doing loader job, that job? No value for their life. Also, Delhi, we know this time heat wave was very huge. I guess 50 degrees temperature in. Most people can sleep in AC. What about the poor people? They sleep on roads. कैसे नींद आएगी इतनी गर्मी में? It's burning in Delhi in summers. AC, air condition is basic necessity there, but our government tax at 28% GST, I guess. See how anti-poor always suffers. That's why need differential principle. Social economic justice is very important in our country. Majority of the people in India are poor. Okay, IPC report. It outlines that if greenhouse gases GHG greenhouse gases keep increasing at a current rate, it will by 2040 to 50, I guess 2040, by 2040 the Earth's temperature, by 2040 the Earth's temperature will increase by 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius. See again, if this happens, rich people, Elon Musk, we know, कहाँ जाएंगे Elon Musk? मार्स पे कॉलोनी बना लेंगे, हमें छोड़ जाएंगे यहीं पे. Again, that is what is SpaceX. That will be disastrous for humanity. This also leads to the question of responsibilities and ethics. This also opens up the question of responsibility and ethics. Of developed countries and ethics of developed countries as the least developed countries, LDC, will be disastrously affected by climate change. Will be most affected by climate change. ये बीच में शेड कर दो, बीच वाला सर्कल शेड कर दो, that you have to show that some commonality also exists. ठीक है, जो very highly disastrous will be disastrous for the least developed countries with disasters. No. Now write Lancet study. 7% of the deaths in India are attributed to air pollution. Lancet study, 7% of the deaths attributed to air pollution. 7% of the deaths in India. Now what should be the solution? Solution, yes, should be environmental ethics. A bit pinpoint solution. Changing behavior of the people. Then adopting minimalism, minimalist life. I guess a trend in West now, minimalism. Yes, Gandhiji, minimalist life. What he used to wear, a khadi, whole life. Minimalist life. Gandhiji talked about, also practice. Small is beautiful. किसने लिखा था ये बुक? I guess prelims में आ चुका है. Small is beautiful. Who wrote this? Organization. I remember. Small is beautiful. I guess Meadows or Club of Rome. I don't remember. Please check. It's given in NCERT also. Small is beautiful. Okay, you check then. It's given in NCERT also. Small is beautiful. Rachel Carson है क्या? Small is क्या है? Eldrick Schumacher. Yes, Schumacher. Marker. Adopting minimalism, minimalist lifestyle. Nowadays, trend in West. What is that? They carry their own cup. So there is a trend of coffee in West. They drink at home. They drink at coffee houses. They give lots of cups. So they people carry their own cup. Minimalism, minimalist lifestyle. There is also a trend of generating as little waste as possible. like the boxes, everything they minimalize. So minimalist lifestyle. That is also then adopting teaching schools, colleges, environmental ethics, then sustainable development. Sustainable development, which is who they are also called as sustainable development goals, social forestry, in India also there have been lot of movement for protection of environment. It has been Chipko movement, most famous Chipko Apiko, Banwara Devi, Gaura Devi. Banwara Devi was, I guess, that Rajasthan case. Gaura Devi, Narmada Bachao Andolan. Also recently, big protest was going on in Uttarakhand. They want to cut lot of trees to make a road. That is also Arunachal dams. Lot of things keep happening. One I will discuss it at the last one. The project is also in pipeline. This is all the Sarvodaya. Gandhiji also talk about Sarvodaya model. What he said that big industries are very polluting industries. That's why we should adopt cottage industry, small scale industry. So cottage industry self-help group, then Gram Swaraj. That was his view. He was very against the Nehruvian model of development, industrial development of the Soviet we adopted. Big industries lagayenge. It is not sustainable in India. Also, we also see how many disasters keep happening in India due to this model. Every year, I guess big disasters happen. At least 2-3 disasters happen in India. Landslide, in summers there is heat wave. Many people die. Yes. Every year disasters keep happening in India. Big disasters. Earthquake also, we all know how the Himalayan region is vulnerable to earthquake. Which two plates are there? Geography. जो हमारा है यहाँ पे I guess 2 continental plates ऐसे फंसे हुए हैं. जो हिमालयस बने 2 प्लेट्स ऐसे आए, ऐसे फिर हिमालयस बने. वो प्लेट अभी भी फंसे हुए जैसे हाँ, जो अभी भी ऐसे और हिलेंगे फिर एक भूकंप आते रहते. नेपाल I guess 2015 big earthquake that will keep coming after several years. Many years a cycle is there. Also because of that mountains are also increasing in height. Recently it was reported that Mount Everest height थोड़ी बढ़ गई. So that is also a disaster prone region. North India you get lot of earthquakes, micro earthquakes, mini earthquakes all the time because of this. Yes, you can write connect to a life mission. बहुत सारे मिशन होते हैं, implementation ground पे कुछ होता ही नहीं कभी. Also, okay, see one more thing. People change behavior, but after the consequences, we all know Delhi, that smoke chamber. But after consequence, there is no use. Its environment is already become very harsh that time. It is very difficult to reverse these all disasters. That's why environmental ethics is needed. See one more important thing. Great Nicobar project. Okay, this you can write. It's in news. It keeps coming in news. Niti Aayog has proposed this Great Nicobar project in Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar is a hotspot, very highly biodiverse. They want to create a international terminal also there. They want to create housing societies and lot of things they want to create. हाँ, military structure, strategic point, जो इंडियन ओशन में जो मूवमेंट होगी उसको यहाँ से मॉनिटर किया जाएगा. See in IR also important this. You can see if question comes indirectly, it may come. This project should be, there is one project, etc. in case study. Then don't totally say scrap this project. Look at this angle also. Strategic significance. Then you connect with common but differentiated responsibility also. It is their country is also responsible. What they want to remove, I guess, 10 lakh trees. So destruction of environment. We saw that diagram. Environment will also fight back. This is what it is. Also one thing I want to tell. Have you heard of double Shri person? Double Shri Shri. Someone Shri Shri. Yes. Double Shri Ravi Shankar. He conducts art of living. We all know. Once it was held near my house. So I went. Let's see. Good workshop. Yoga sab karate. That time he was talking about carbon footprint. That workshop. Carbon footprint. That is, he gives us some parameters. You put what is your carbon footprint. A score will come on website. And he said you should reduce that score. Well, very good. Environmental ethics. Highly, I was also impressed. But come 2016, 17, World Cultural Festival. सुना है वर्ल्ड कल्चरल फेस्टिवल हुआ था एक, कहाँ हुआ था? यमुना फ्लड प्लेन्स इन दिल्ली. वहाँ ऑर्गेनाइज किया डबल श्री सर ने. डिस्ट्रॉयड द इकोसिस्टम ऑफ यमुना फ्लड प्लेन्स. ओके, स्टोरी यहाँ नहीं रुकी. देन एनजीटी, public spirited citizens, went to NGT. NGT said, you pay a fine of 5 crore rupees. Committee made an observation. This ecosystem is destroyed to a certain extent. It will take 10 years to restore. Okay, sense के बुढ़ा भी चलो भर देते हैं. 13 crore will be the cost, the committee said, to restore the ecosystem. Even if Supreme Court orders, I won't pay this fine. मुझे जेल में डाल दो. This was his attitude. Then courts came heavily. Then he paid the fine. See, from carbon footprint to Yamuna floodplains. We also know what is character also. What your values you hold, you should preach and practice. Interesting thing happens in our country. Also, it was refreshing sometimes to know that 40 rupees, $1 will be. His statement was refreshing to know $1 will be 40 rupees after 2014. But after these issues, he has got silent. He doesn't speak on social issues now. Okay, maybe realization. This is what it is, environmental ethics. Keep adding examples. Many things happen with respect to environment. Yes, a bit tricky part to explain also, a GS part also. But see, a question comes, UPSC may stray on this, which are a bit sparse areas. So you have to write environmental ethics point of view, ethics, not GS3 point of view. Use all this material while writing all this. Okay. Many people will write this on. See, I feel Great Nicobar project may come this time. Case study may be on that lines. Direct नाम नहीं लेंगे Great Nicobar का. Similar lines पे होंगे. If you say that this should not happen, then you are trapped. You should balance it out. Golden mean. Use their golden mean should be address the concerns, provide sustainable development, and strategic significance also you should not ignore from the point of view. Because वो golden necklace भी है ना कुछ. Golden necklace पता है ना? China strategy. पता है सबको? Golden Pearl of Diamonds. Okay, this is India Peninsula. उनका ये स्ट्रैटेजी है स्ट्रिंग ऑफ फॉल्स. यहाँ हम मिलिट्री बेसिस बनाएंगे इंडिया की. यहाँ से भी हम इंडो घेर लेंगे इंडिया. स्ट्रिंग ऑफ फॉल्स. और श्रीलंका में तो ऑलरेडी हम्बनटोटा पोर्ट है. यहाँ भी है. पाकिस्तान में ग्वाडर पोर्ट. बांग्लादेश में भी लिया था चिटगांव आई गेस. ऐसे 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 बनाएंगे. सो इंडिया विल हियर मेड टू ब्रेक दिस स्ट्रिंग ऑफ पॉइंट्स. ये तो इंडिया हैज आल्सो हैड इन ईरान चाबार पर वहां कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई आई गेस. इंडिया पुल आउट आई गेस फ्रॉम चाबार. है क्या? देयर वाज सम न्यूज़. अच्छा अच्छा. बट वो बाजू बाजू में गुड स्ट्रेटेजिक. यहाँ शायद ग्वाडर है, यहाँ चाबहार है. This is so that way you should balance. मतलब don't just write in one dimension answers. फिर कम marks आएंगे. Open up all the dimensions. Okay. So yes, Brundtland Commission also important. Brundtland Commission. Commission. क्या रिपोर्ट दिया था ब्रुटलैंड कमीशन ने? आ चुका है प्री में आई गेस. ब्रुटलैंड कमीशन, आवर कॉमन फ्यूचर. Here it defined so what is sustainable development. What is sustainable development? Yes, very good. Development that is sustainable. We should use the resources of the earth in such a way that future generations are also will be able to use these resources. Sustainable development, that is morality and ethical responsibility of the present generation. Use these terms while writing the answers. Yes. Now it's our moral conscience, moral responsibility to pass the earth towards the coming generations so that people, planet and environment stays. Also, there is a responsibility of the business sector, corporate sector towards the environment. So there is also corporate social responsibility. But the irony is, this is corporate. This is poor, suppose. This is CSR, it will give. But this corporate has only created this poor only. इन्होंने तो create है. Taking away the tribal land, then CSR, 2% of the profits. This is also one aspect. One of the corporates in India was giving moral lessons of having a 72-hour work week. His company, I guess today, has been accused of evading taxes of 32,000 crore. 32,000 crore taxes have been evaded. See, character. You should walk the talk, saying 70 hours of work week. And here taxes, 32,000 GST evaded. Funny things happen. Also, I guess Club of Rome, one more important NGO, Club of Rome. Which report it gave? Limits to growth. Limits to growth. Club of Rome. Okay. Lava from? No, it's an NGO. World Bank करते हैं ना loan. Club of Rome, limits to growth. This is all given in NCERT. Do remember this. Limits to growth reported. Limits to growth. That is, it talks about minimalism, how growth will be limited if we don't respect the environment. Environmental ethics it talks about. NGO ये report को release करते हैं. I guess once in environmental ethics case में करना how role of NGOs. That question had come now once NGO in environment. This write the significance, everything. So now, right, Brundtland Commission in 1987. In its report, 87. In its report, Our Common Future, defined sustainable development, necessary for development, carrying out development. That is, development should be carried out in such a way that it does not hamper the prospect of future generations. Sustainable development should be carried out in such a way that it does not hamper the prospect of the future generations. Its significance its significance lies not only in defining sustainable development, but also practicing sustainable development. Like sustainable development goals, which have been adopted for sustainable development for ensuring environmental ethics, have been adopted for sustainable development, ensuring environmental ethics. So it's a goals to practice, not just define. We have to practice also. Promoting North-South cooperation. Also, that sustainable development, you link it with North-South cooperation also. North-South cooperation Its ultimate solution lies in community efforts. Lies in community efforts. Ultimate solution lies in community efforts. Community. See, community-oriented development is very important. Community-oriented development which not only ensures development but also leads to empowerment and sustainable development. I gave you that example also, I guess, self-help group, and that why in Japan the life expectancy is very high. Also, not just for your reference, may not be that useful. There was a person called Robert Putnam. Robert Putnam, some people must be knowing. He conducted a study in Italy. Okay, Italy, entire Italy he studied more or less. He found that one part of Italy is highly developed, highly sustainable, very good practices, people follow, environment friendly, and one part of Italy is not that developed and not that environmentally and sustainably as compared to the other part. The reason he found that community was very strong in the developed part. Community oriented approach was there, community oriented development was there. So that is importance of community development or community orientation, that it can help in sustainable development. See, that's why it is called as, we should, Gandhiji very long foresight, Gram Swaraj is community orientation. One village should be a community, self-dependent village, but not an isolated village. It should have the connections with the other villages. That was his concept of oceanic circle. That is, community development is very significant for protecting the environment. Also, I guess Janagra survey was there something, and it ranked, I guess, Pune as the most sustainable city because of strong community orientation was there. Community oriented approach. Janagra survey. Janagra. Also, our smart cities, how smart they are. Smart cities also one concept of community sustainable development. Huh? Yes, most likely I need to check, but yes, our common future and the Brundtland Commission, they all talked about this North-South cooperation. Do open up that angle also, a woman, how woman is more prone to difficult times if environment issues come. Okay, that is environmental ethics. Gender discrimination will happen if environmental ethics is not there. Also, people call environmental racism also, because most countries which will be affected by environmental disaster are African countries, and they don't have the power and authority to solve this issue. The moral responsibility lies on the West. Okay. So its ultimate solution lies in community efforts such as changing behavior of people towards the environment, changing behavior of the people towards the environment. Next, socialization with civic sense. With civic sense. Civic sense as a citizen, we should be sensible, not throw waste here and there. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. See, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan also, how it tries to wake up the moral conscience. Leader Modi ji wielding jhadu, to send a message. Now, what is that tagline of Swachh Bharat? Swachh Bharat ka irada, desh se kiya wada. So, moral conscience. तुम्हें जगा, you have made a commitment towards Swachh Bharat. So, commitment, रघुकुल की रीत सदा चलिए, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. Okay, we did discuss all this in ethics and religion also. So, वचन दिया है, स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा, देश से किया वादा. This is how. See, Swachh Bharat, this question has also come in ethics, I guess, sometime back. So, you relate this way. So, the sense I am telling you, you have to relate a lot of things. Question, even if it comes very generic, you feel that this is GS2 or GS3. Open up ethics dimension. I guess one question was also on national education policy came in GS4 once. Year 2, you have to show socialization, importance of ethics. That way you have to write. We discuss how socialization is important. Socialization education plays an important role. That way you have to open up the dimension. Then next, adopting minimalism. Adopting minimalism. Education incorporating environmental ethics. Education incorporating environmental ethics. Social forestry. Next, social forestry. Incorporating environmental ethics, environmental education. Next, right, government and business should also have a responsibility to promote sustainable development, sustainable practices, sustainable development, sustainable practices, and you can relate with CSR, right? CSR, corporate social responsibility. According to Mahatma Gandhi, development should happen in concurrence with the nature. In concurrence with nature. Concurrence with nature. Keeping nature in mind. Concurrence. To concur with nature. It means people should not harm nature, rather promote nature. Rather promote nature. That's why he advocated promote nature. That's why he advocated small scale industries, cottage industries. That's why he advocated small scale industries, cottage industries over big industries. That's why he advocated small scale industries, cottage industries over big industries. Yeah, that is the Sarvodaya model. Sarvodaya model. Sarvodaya model. Generally, people change behavior towards the environment after consequences. Generally, people change behavior towards environment after consequences. But this is not adequate. But this is not adequate, as we have as we have seen in the with regards to Delhi air pollution. Despite so many changes, still the pollution and the issue of environmental air pollution hazard exists. You want to write? Write yourself. People change behavior towards the environment after consequences, but such behavior is not adequate, as witnessed in case of the Delhi air pollution, where despite so many laws and regulation, the capital becomes a gas chamber every winter. Proactive approaches. Proactive approach you need. That is, you need environmental ethics. See, some NGOs, please remember, NGOs with respect to environment. Tell. NGOs, environmental NGOs. BirdLife International, IUCN. Okay. Greenpeace. International NGOs. Now some Indian also you should know. One very big NGO is that keeps filing a lot of cases in Supreme Court. There is also one in Indian Environment Society. One important NGO is there. Center of Science and Environment. Center for Environment. Yes, Sunita Narayan. Very important NGO. See, during COVID, do you remember some honey issue happened? Honey, Patanjali honey. Honey? There was no. They were using what? Rice syrup instead of honey. This NGO had investigated all this. Center of Science and Environment. The catch was they were saying everyone started consuming honey and everything during COVID, but what they saw that the prices they increased, the distributors, Dabur, etc. But the prices which was being paid to the honey keepers, honeybee farmers, that was constantly decreasing. So they investigated what they are doing. इतना ज़्यादा demand हो गई ये क्यों घट रहा? They were importing the rice syrup from China, putting that and selling that. See, regulation in India, we talked about regulation, and only they were so clever that that technique is not available in India to detect. Only in Germany, I guess that nuclear magnetic resonance some technique is there. So they send those samples to Germany to check. So वहाँ से पता चला ऐसे. So very important role of NGO, Center of Science and Environment. Also one Atri is there. Ashok Trust for Research on Environment and Ecology. Okay. ATRE. Ashok Trust for Research on Environment and Ecology. Please check the abbreviation also. I'm not sure, but this A3 is there. तो क्वेश्चन में डिपेंड करेगा ना किस में आ रहा है, कहाँ आ रहा है. थोड़ा ब्रीफली देख लो, क्योंकि एक बार आ चुका है, GS2 में आया था, एथिक्स में आ जाए तो फिर कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट, कम्युनिटी ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच टू एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन, एजुकेटिंग मासेस, वो ऐसे लिंक कर देते. Many times government carries out development without considering environment and ethics. So this can shake the moral conscience of ethics by highlighting all the all the environmental damage which can have far-reaching consequences on humanity. So you have to learn the skill of connecting things. That is the key. लिख लो ये लिस्ट लिख लो अभी के लिए. See, अगर न्यूज में आएगा तो न्यूज में तुम देखो, क्योंकि ना मोस्टली व्हाट यूपीएससी आस्क्स, व्हाटएवर इज इन न्यूज. दैट टाइम आई गेस फायर क्रैकर्स का बहुत इश्यू था, तो दिस एनजीओ आई गेस वेंट टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड इससे बैन हो गया था फायर क्रैकर्स. आई गेस दैट इज द स्टोरी. इट वाज इन न्यूज. एनवायरमेंटल एनजीओ दे आस्क्ड. Still, I think it is a hot topic. NGO also, a lot of things happen, keep on happening, tussle between government and NGOs. Many NGOs are banned. I guess Greenpeace is also banned, I guess, in India. FCRA accounts. NGO civil society is also in syllabus of GS2. So this is all about environmental ethics. Any question, doubts? Should we move further? Medical ethics. See, again, briefly we had discussed yesterday medical ethics. Now tell, what is medical ethics? Yes, medical ethics, bio aspects. See, it's more or less same, but differences exist. It's more of medical is doctor, patient, or institution. Bio, it's about biology of a person, biological things, biological relations, and deals with bioethics and health ethics. That is various issues of bioethics: euthanasia, abortion, surrogacy, stem cells, gene editing, designer babies, CRISPR, Cas9, gene editing tool. This is what is more or less bioethics. Okay. So पता है ना ये CRISPR, Cas9. थोड़ा बताओ. Gene editing, everything you know. हाँ. Okay, no issues. Gene editing, this is also an ethical issue. Gene, पता है gene editing? Blockers, lot of things. Our gene decides our features, how you look, what is color of your hair, etc. There is one tool which has been designed, CRISPR, or also known as Cas9. These are genetic scissors. Okay, इस scissors की ऐसा तुम्हारे शरीर में कोई defective gene है उसको काटेंगे और नया gene fix करेंगे. Some people have genetic diseases. It is helpful, but misuse is that people want green eyes, red eyes, so that will lead to designing of humans. Want this color hai, that color hai. People will create clones of themselves, create them as slaves. That is gene editing. So ethical issues will come here. Whether we should go against the nature, whether humans are being objectified, whether humans have been commoditified. That is the ethical issue of gene editing, and this comes in the field of bioethics. Similarly, surrogacy. Surrogacy, people nowadays, I guess it's highly regulated now, that instead of getting yourself getting pregnant, You hire a surrogate mother, you insert the reproduction, everything into surrogate mother. She will bear your child, and after that, she will give you custody. Ethical issues arose because right of the child, right of the surrogate. What happened once case was that some couple from foreign countries came to India for surrogacy. They hire a surrogate. She carried their baby, but after when the baby was born, this couple broke their relationship and they said, we don't now want the baby. Then what's about the ethics in this? Ethics of child, rights of child, what that child will do. Also many things happen, like people who are abusing their body, many to earn money. On continuous basis, they were getting surrogates. Then body rights, that also aspects of body rights versus money. Ethical bio rights. Also adoption. Adoption also comes in bioethics. Okay, you adopt a child, and what is the relationship between that child and the natural born child? This also aspects preference to one child. Then what ethics? People give preference to even their biological child. They discriminate against girl child. Here to other adopted child. Then rights of this child. That also all factors. And euthanasia, I guess we discussed. Everyone remembers, right? So no need to discuss again. Euthanasia also aspects is there. This is all bioethics, health ethics. Not much in news nowadays, but we don't know. Anything happen. Also, one aspect of bioethics is organ transplantation, organ donation. Organ donation. Whether my relatives have a right over my body. If someone is dead, the doctor asks whether you want to donate his her organs, but whether the relatives can decide. My body, my wish. Whether it's initially is not given consent. That also things pop up. Questions, ethical question comes. Right over my own organs, my own dignity, my personality. Dignity of dead person. See, nowadays, one thing is before only people pledged to organ donation. You must have also heard in news this actress pledged for donating her eyes, anything. But that's okay. But after the death also, people may not pledge here. But doctors ask whether you want to donate organs, and that person is not there. Then how is it ethical for the relatives to decide whether to donate or not? That aspect is bioethics. Also in euthanasia, we discussed how Aruna Shambhag case, that her relatives went to the court that please kill her like human death. She is bedridden, but Supreme Court rejected that. This is what is bioethics. Briefly, at all the aspects. Not much to discuss. One is surrogacy, euthanasia, adoption, organ trade, gene editing, designer babies, clones, etc. Okay, these dimensions you have to remember. कौन सी सर्जरी? ट्रांस सर्जरी क्या है वो? अच्छा ऐसा ट्रांस सर्जरी देखना पड़ेगा मुझे. Also the sex change operations, that is also some ethical issues are there. But that's human dignity. It's my body, my right. Many people also do sex change operations also. अच्छा हाँ yeah, वो because that is no voluntary risk. Recently, I guess an IRS officer changed his sex operation. Even government of India approved it. Good. Approved it. He changed his name. I guess she was a female. I guess male. She became female. That is also aspects are there. But what if a person then realizes he wants to go back, he want to become male again, then that is also the. He also, I guess, wrote how discrimination I faced. My dignity was violated by going through this procedure. I was now and then asked to remove my clothes, that to the medical board, everything. नाम याद नहीं मुझे. It was in news. An IRS officer. Okay, let's come to medical ethics. Have everyone written this? So medical ethics. So doctors are bound by Hippocratic oath, that is to save lives. The relationship between doctor and a patient is based on trust. So, but medical ethics is not only about doctor and patient; it also goes into the aspects of yes, corporate also, but clinical trials and drug manufacturing. Also device manufacturing. Medical tests. So see, medical ethics is ensured in clinical trials, drug manufacturing, device manufacturing, medical tests. Then there will be selflessness, truth, integrity, humanity, objectivity. It will ensure that Hippocratic oath has been adhered to. It will further save life and promote common good. This is basically medical ethics, but right to health is also an fundamental right, I guess. Article 21, right to life with dignity, also includes right to health. Health is essential for human survival. For healthy society, should be guided by common good. So in Western societies, health is considered as a common good. It is less commercialized. Yes, in some countries it is, but most likely in most of the countries is considered as a common good, humanity. In UK, National Health Service, very efficient model. National Health Service. Also Scandinavian countries, we discuss how they rank high on happiness? Very good health infrastructure and health services. See, if medical ethics is not there, clinical trials, you know clinical trials? Clinical trials? पता है? Should I explain? See, whenever any drug is being manufactured, तो वो टेस्ट करते हैं, ऐसे ग्रुप बनाते हैं, ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल, तो उस पर ट्रायल करेंगे. Many ethical issues arose here कि forcefully कैप्चर करके इनको ट्रायल करते हैं. Many tribals were captured, forcefully giving injections. They were very frightened also. I have seen this once. Also in Andhra Pradesh, some people died during clinical trials. So then ethical issues come. Who is responsible for this? Were they given their consent? What is the role of the regulator? That ethical issues will arise in clinical trials. Not in news nowadays, but whenever it is in news, it becomes an important question. Just that's why I'm telling in broader way. If after prelims it comes in news, then remember what all you have to write. Okay, then drug manufacturing. Here again, lot of important issue. There is a patent issue. Though life-saving drugs become very expensive. IPR's intellectual property rights. Because of that, there is one cancer drug used to cost 2.6 lakh rupees. Natco Pharma then manufactured that for 6,000 rupees. So then they went to which World Bank, IMF, something, WTO. IPR protection is not going on, but I guess they agreed that which one term is there which allows compulsory, yes, compulsory licensing. So that is also issue. Now many medicines have been removed from essential medical list. Prices have become expensive nowadays of medicines. Device manufacturing, also there should be all proper devices like hip devices, medical devices like hip transformation, etc. There is some barriers on the device should be not defective. Case happened, Johnson and Johnson company, they used to manufacture hip replacement devices. 2005 they started manufacturing, and in 2011 they came to know they were faulty hip replacement, those devices. Already many people had those devices in their body, hips were replaced. In India, 4,000 people were having those defective devices. Lawsuit happened. In US, it provided compensation of $2.5 million. In India, how much? Yes, zero. No loss for this. Loss is for drug, quality drugs, everything. Okay. I need to check. 6 लोग मर गए थे तभी. I need to check that. I will check that and tell you tomorrow. Also, I guess one HPV virus vaccine was also, I guess, इसका भी vaccine के trials में many females died during that clinical trials. मैनुफैक्चर में वो I guess hip का कोई एक अलग पार्ट लगा देते हैं अंदर, तो वो कुछ तो डिफेक्टिव था पूरा ही, तो डिफेक्टिव पार्ट्स रहे तो वो ऐसे चलने में उनको बहुत तकलीफ हो रही. That is, see that we are talking about corporate ethics also. Johnson and Johnson, such a big company. See, there has been also issues of health is a very important thing to saving life, but increasing commercialization of health, corporate hospitals, fake medicines, fake advertisements. Fake ads. You should be able to recall fake advertisements. Mhm. Okay. Pressure on hospitals to meet targets also. इसका बताओ. Everyone must be known. एक बहुत ही Supreme Court also had to intervene on this. Yes, coronil zero corona. Take one box. Corona will be cleared. And the irony is that Health Minister of India went to this launch of coronil. And see what this government is. Many governments, they don't even consider the courts. See, he was still advertising those products. Then again, court had to caution. Now he removed and had to put an apology in newspapers. This way happened. First, he initially put only this much apology. Then again, court had to see. Then the big page apology was being put. This is what it is. Law भी change कर दिया. अच्छा तब कोरोनिल के लिए. See regulation in India. Aaron is a health minister went. उसके बाद उनकी कुर्सी चली गई. He is not in the cabinet anymore. And also the efficacy of Ayurveda is also questionable. We don't know whether Ayurveda still works. Many side effects. One doctor writes a lot against this. Liver doctor. Someone is liver doctor. He writes good articles. Abby Philip from Kerala. He says taking Ayurvedic medicines is very harmful. There are a lot of heavy metals found in Ayurvedic medicines, which have been affecting liver, and many people need liver transplant. Ayurvedic, be careful if you are taking medicines. So what could be the solution? Also during COVID, many issues you must have seen. Tell some issues where medical ethics. COVID, सबने देखा. Yes, okay, that is good also. It is good for greatest number of people. Yes. Oxygen black marketing. Remdesivir, no? Remdesivir. Big disaster. Health infrastructure collapse. Private hospitals. Inflated bills. Even if government had given a cap, so and so you should charge, but many inflated bills. हमें पता है, आपको पता है कि cap है. Many people don't know all this. See medical ethics. Here you can connect. Question I think it's become outdated that COVID का कुछ आएगा अभी, but even if it comes, case study. Connect with medical ethics this way, that patient relation based on trust, values, Hippocratic oath. That way you have to write. Okay. Also, see in medical education, ethics should be promoted. Also, there is like civil services values. There should be values for doctors also, doctors and medical institutions. Fixing prompt responsibility. Whoever responsible is regulating institution, effective institution regulation. Medical Council of India, that institution itself few years back was accused of corruption, giving licenses to colleges by taking money. So later they reformed it. National health policy is also there. 2000 fake. Yes, fake medical degrees, ineffective regulation. So this is what is medical ethics. Not much to tell. Okay. Now write down medical ethics. It is based on practice of saving lives. The practice of saving lives, profession of saving lives, practice of saving lives of people. It is based on the profession or practice of saving lives of people based on Hippocratic Oath. Hippocratic Oath. Hippo, Hippo. Hippocratic Oath. That is, doctor take oath to save life. Health is considered as public common good. Therefore, all processes of saving life should be influenced by this noble value. Therefore, all processes related to saving life should be influenced by this noble value, that is Hippocratic Oath or medical ethics. Okay. Noble value. Be it in areas like noble values, be it in areas like clinical trials, areas such as clinical trials, drug manufacturing, doctor-patient relationship, medical devices, doctor-patient relationship, medical devices, medical test, all should be guided by values such as selflessness, compassion, trust, truth, integrity, and efficiency. Efficiency. This diagram everyone has drawn. Since health is essential component of human survival, since health is an essential component for human survival, it determines the health of the society. Therefore, it can't be guided by commercial interest. But many instances, but in many instances, health is now guided by commercial interest due to increase in number of diseases, due to commercial interest, see now it's more commercialization due to as number of diseases are increasing, illness is increasing, health problems are increasing, so it's more commercial now. See, one also we can relate. See, COVID-19 came. How much time it took for a vaccine to come? Few months, I guess. And HIV/AIDS, no vaccine till now. And HIV/AIDS is most sufferers are from African countries. No commercial interest much. That's why research is slow. This is as see dengue, developing countries, dengue, malaria. No vaccine till now. Because developing country, in developed Western world there are no mosquitoes because it's cold there. In humid countries, mosquitoes, no vaccine, guided by commercial interest. Now many say how much we were paying. See, why there was a choice? You can get for free also, and you can pay also. Okay. ये सबको फ्री कर देते. यूएसए में सबको फ्री था. Why in India? Question comes, right? I guess USA vaccine was free. People revolutionary there. People also question why you are vaccinating us. You have caused disease. You are responsible. Protestant ethic, art of questioning. Our country didn't question this. Why this two system and why fake certificates? The certificate पे photo भी. Why? Vaccine was manufactured by taxpayers' money, not own money. Also, I guess there was some very high profit that person made. Adar Poonawala, yes, Serum Institute. Cost was very less, but he still sold for high prices to the government. मैंने से बस पानी डाल के दे दिया. May not be true, I don't think so. हाँ? अच्छा, मुझे भी लगे, मैं तो नहीं. Yes, a complications happen because maybe they have got COVID. COVID भी हुआ रहेगा. It's yes, long term side effects are there, and many people are hair is falling. Still, people are suffering because of COVID also. Even if they got cured, still side effects are there. Also, the question also comes of remdesivir. I guess it was causing blockages. That is also question comes whether it was researched properly. Otherwise, it was again because of commercialization. कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा profit हो जाए health companies को. Many issues in COVID that time. You can analyze this way, all the aspects. So increase in number of diseases, illness in population, illness, health problems. It is commercialization is increasing because of increase in number of diseases, illness, health problems, ineffective regulation. Decrease in moral standards, ineffective regulation, fake advertisements, right? Coronal there, that Supreme Court also came down heavily on Coronal, Patanjali. You can give this example because Supreme Court has given a verdict on that. Okay. Today, doctor-patient relationship. is not based on the noble values. Noble value of act of saving life. Rather, it is increasingly driven by commercial interest. Which has created the trust deficit. Which has created trust deficit. Write down some major examples. Clinical trials. Clinical trials on humans. Clinical trials. Examples. Clinical trials of humans and death of people in Andhra Pradesh. Also, read on HPV. Here also many clinical trials death happen. Human papillovirus something is there. HPV. Papillovirus. Human papillovirus. In this clinical trials also, cervical cancer, many females died. Some years back. Fake manufacturing of drugs or faulty devices. Drugs and faulty devices. Spurious drugs भी होते हैं ना, नकली दवाइयाँ. Johnson and Johnson hip replacement. Johnson and Johnson hip replacement. Hip replacement implants were declared defective. Implants were declared defective. Were declared defective in 2011. Were declared defective in 2011. Johnson and Johnson hip replacement implants were declared defective in 2011, which were launched in 2005. Between 2006 and 2014, between 2006 and 14, 4,000 people in India underwent hip replacement with Johnson and Johnson company's devices, with implants. Sorry. With Johnson and Johnson company's hip implants. So they were fitted with those implants. In USA, if you miss out on something, please ask me. In USA, the company paid $2.5 million. $2.5 million as compensation. But in India, there is no law for device failures. Law for regulating device failures. A dengue patient in Fortis Hospital. In a dengue patient in Fortis Hospital was billed 14 lakh rupees. And she died also. That was a little child. Back then, lot of unnecessary injections. They started giving 14, 15 injections in a day. But she died also. 14 lakh rupees was the bill. At 14 lakh rupees. Also, Max Hospital, I guess, organ trade was there. Organ trade issues also. Now, COVID, right? Briefly, all those examples. COVID. Black marketing of oxygen. Black marketing of medicines like remdesivir. Also, crumbling health infra. Also, what? Inflated bills. Crumbling health infrastructure. All health infrastructure crumbled. No availability of beds. Black marketing of oxygen, black marketing of medicines, crumbling of health infrastructure, inflated bills, non-availability of beds, fake reports. Yes, no dignity for dead bodies. Ganges, Ganga, floating bodies. Fake reports. Health should be taken as a public good. Public good, social good should be taken as a public good, social good, rather than a private good. Health should be taken as a public good, social good, rather than a private good. Non-profit motive should be promoted. Which is largely practiced in Western countries. Non-profit motive should be promoted, which is largely practiced in Western countries. Like give example, National Health Service in United Kingdom. Western countries. You can give example, Scandinavian countries model, National Health Service in United Kingdom. United Kingdom. National Health Service, NHS. There should be ethical principles in general, like there are civil service values for medical practitioners. There should be ethical principles for the medical profession, as there are civil services values. There should be uniform regulatory standards. There should be uniform regulatory standards. A regulatory institution should have integrity and autonomy. Next, regulatory institutions like many regulatory institutions, Medical Council of India, should have integrity and autonomy. Autonomy. See now a small topic, wildlife. Antimicrobial resistance. Yes, that is also an issue. Too much prescription of antibiotics. It should be rationalized. It's very hot topic. UPSC's favorite also. Antimicrobial resistance. Nowadays, what happens? For any small illness, doctors prescribe antibiotics. Even patients also want antibiotics, so that you can come to your prime of health very early. But excessive use, antibiotics are very limited. Bacteria, right? Bacteria will replicate. It will adapt to this and it will become resistance. Antimicrobial resistance is a very high issue. I guess there is only few antibiotics of various classes available. If bacteria becomes resistant to highest antibiotic, no medicine available. I don't remember the highest antibiotic name. I remembered a few years back. So that is also one ethical aspect. Using animals, chicken, etc., antibiotic injection, which is then passed in the food chain to humans, then food chain. And again, it goes to the environment, to the soil, degrades water. Concerning issue, antimicrobial resistance. This medical ethics here also, it should be rationalized. Follow the guidelines, protocols. Yes, they are. Yes, retailer, you go to retailer, they will give antibiotics, they will give antibiotic. They won't even ask prescriptions. Good point. Open up this also dimension, medical ethics. Before, I guess there was a rule that the prescription is given, the chemist should take this prescription, make a copy and store it in database, and that database will be matched with his stock of antibiotic medicines in this shop. But I guess this is not followed. Nowadays you can go and purchase antibiotic, even antidepressant medicines also they give without prescriptions. That is also medical ethics, lack of medical ethics. Okay, this is it, I guess, for medical ethics. Wildlife ethics. Wildlife. Animal ethics. It's a small topic. This is relates to humans' interface with animals. Okay. How should be the conduct with animals? What should be the right conduct. Generally, whenever confrontation happens, preference is given to human life. Animal life is not ignored. You may wildlife encounter, tiger coming in habitation, killing people. Human life is given priority over animal life. But we have a moral also responsibility towards protecting their animals. We human beings are the only beings in the world which have emotions, and they have the capability to act. Does animal have emotion? No emotions. Dogs have some, but not the depth of emotion which humans have. No animal has the depth, very sorrow, pain, everything. Dogs little bit emotional, but not that depth. And dogs cannot do anything to, in a broader way, to have a responsibility towards other beings. Dog can save life, but in a broader context, it can't do much things. That's why we have a moral responsibility towards all living beings, because we are the only being having emotions, and we have the wherewithal to show compassion towards all living creatures, which is also our fundamental duty. That is compassion towards showing towards all living creatures. Also, Supreme Court has said it's a responsibility of humans to ensure protection towards wildlife. Protections, compassion, empathy only humans can show. Now some issues with wildlife. Issues are what? Man-animal conflict. Yes, clinical trials of animals. Mostly by corporate giants, makeup, etc. they try. Also, dengue, vaccinol are first tried on monkeys. Then their rights. Yes, illegal hunting, ban animal conflict. Salman Khan, everyone knows. Then animal. Yes, yes. Man-animal conflict, ethics, civic responsibility lacking, civics and human values lacking. All this violence against animals. If you do violence against animals in the IPC, the fine was 50 rupees. I guess Bharat Nyaya Sanhita, need to check. If that is, they were given preference to human life. It's an emerging field. Also, slaughter of animals. Yes, commodification, breeding of dogs happen. That breed, they are selling trophies. Yes, very bad. If you want a dog, adopt a street dog. Why you want that breeded dog? Huh? Violence against animals. A funny incident happens when you purchase animals. People purchase highly breeded animals, husky dogs, etc. At my place, someone purchased a Persian cat. Okay. After 2 days, she ran away. Big loss. And they were finding continuously posters everywhere, but Persian cat was not to be found. Funny things. Pet groom, acha, one video I will show. Jallikattu also, you know. Now See, not much to tell here again in animal and ethics and life cycle ecosystem. See, one question for you, think and answer. People eat animals also for food. So, what about animal ethics of that? Should they all turn vegetarian? Should animals should not be eaten, which are farmed, like chicken, goat, etc. Okay, don't give that right to food. I want you to think in a different way, different dimension. Huh? Hmm. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Not unethical. Not unethical. It's your view. Okay. Okay. प्लेन्स वाले नहीं खा सकते. Okay. I'm talking about animals which are farmed for food. Okay, not wildlife. Wildlife animals is very unethical. You know, if you eat wildlife animals, corona came from that only. Bats. Chinese people are eating bats. Yes. Simple question. Have some opinion. Not much complicated. I'm not asking Hobbes, Locke, anything. I'll give a different dimension to looking at that aspect also. See, before you saying plains and before we were hunter-gatherers only humanity. So everyone were eating that time. Yes. Any opinion, no matter. इसमें तो opinion रख सकते हैं ना, simple है. Okay, so I'm not talking wildlife, no? Wildlife. So I'm talking about farm life. So answer is no. No. Okay. Yes, no. Can we? Who knows? I guess.
Yes.
Yes, and why unethical? No, because animal values. Animal life, I'll put it. Animal life. Everything has life, so life. Okay. Designer babies पर अभी lab grown meat भी हो रहा है ना?
सर वो भी स्टेम सेल से तो उसमें स्टेम सेल
अच्छा. Okay, ठीक. But what if it is used to save life? I guess one research is happening. Pig stem cells can be used to generate any organ. If a person is veg, suppose needs one organ, so वो लेगा कि नहीं? लेना चाहिए कि नहीं फिर उसने? Liver खराब हो गई, too much alcohol. Should she take organ made from pig stem cells? Okay, then, but what about my spirituality, veg? Yes, say now. बताओ yes, no. Okay, farm because of farm morals. That farm for food. That okay, ठीक है. No. Then yes, your opinion. You can't say. Any opinion you can have, yes, no. No one will be judged here. This class will be very participative and less tense. Okay. Everyone comes from different background. Everyone is entitled to have different opinions. Even if you are wrong, better speak up. Yes, anyone wants to add something? Okay. See, farmed animals, poultry, etc. They farm eggs, etc. These are farmed for food. If people don't eat this, will this animal be born? Animal will be born, they will be raised. Life ही नहीं आती ना इनकी. Goats are farmed for food. People stop eating, no goats. Farmed. Some life they are getting. If this was not there, no life, no breeding. But ethical aspect like this should also, their life cycle should be treated ethically, not in cages, free farm. So in this aspect it is ethical. But not wild animals. Wild animals are not farmed for food. These are farmed for food. That's why we talked about ethical treatment to animals while they are free cage food, free cage eggs, not in caged. But factory farming, very unethical if humane treatment is not given to them. Okay, PETA, people for ethical treatment for animals, talks about humane treatment. They also talked about don't eat non-veg. Difference, we also know how protein requirement. We also discuss how poor people, how they work their body. They don't have access to protein. And vegetarian protein sources are very expensive. Dal, I guess, chana, etc. Whey protein, people cannot afford. Milk protein, so expensive, highly perishable also. So easy access also is for poor people is meat. That is the other angle about farmed animals. Okay, we have to justify ethical treatment in their entire life cycle. Humane culling also is there. Humane death. In the Western countries, they follow very human, I guess. They don't cull initially, they shock them. So they are unconscious, then they cull them. So pain is less. This is about this. But not for wildlife. Wildlife, we are studied critically endangered, vulnerable. Only for farmed animals. Okay. See in religion there is also this Bakrid concept is there. It's showing compassion, sacrifice is also there. It's religiously moral for that too. In Bakrid, people take a goat, they keep there for 1 month, I guess. There's some Islamic principles that we discussed, I guess. Prophet Muhammad was saying, I'm getting from Allah, cull that son, sacrifice that son. He's getting in dreams, so he tells to his son, this is what I'm getting. He said, yes, okay, follow the orders of Allah. But at the end, he says, Allah says, don't sacrifice him, rather sacrifice a goat, cull that goat. So religious morality is also there. And you see, that time, society is also such, there was no farming, etc. People were dependent on animals for food. I guess we discussed extensively in religion versus ethics. All religions we discussed, their principles and everything. This is more or less what is animal ethics. Yes, I'll show you at the end one pet grooming video. Okay. Not much to tell, like said. Write down now wildlife ethics. It won't come this way, it will come indirectly food preferences. Then you have to connect with food preferences. See, everyone has their own food choices, preferences. Man is born free, individual. It has a right to choose. that food preference is guided by personal choice, personal dignity and respect. It's not that anyone who should put their choices on other. It violates the freedom. So people may have vegetarian, non-vegetarian, depends on the food choices. Right with ethics with animals, but that food to be eaten should also follow ethics. That the farm animals should be ethically reared. Human death should be there for animals, and not factory farming like caged. No dignity for animals, because it is humans which have a moral responsibility towards this environment and towards the all living beings. Because we are the humans who have emotions, and we can only of all the humanity and the world, only humans can show compassion. No other being can show compassion. Compassion, you understand? I will explain when we deal with human values and that chapter. Compassion, empathy, sympathy, there lies a difference. They are not same. This way you have to write. Don't agree that there should be, state should dictate food preferences. And again, social contract, freedom, Rousseau. Remember, na Rousseau? Yes. No, end mein. Freedom. That way you have to write. Wildlife ethics related to human and animal interface. How humans should conduct. When humans are in confrontation with animals. When humans are in confrontation with animals. Generally, human life has been given preference. Generally, human life has been given preference over wildlife. But existence of wildlife is also essential for ecosystem. That is, humans should follow some ethical standards such as humane treatment. Humans should also follow some ethical standards such as humane treatment of animals, such as humane treatment for animals, compassion and empathy, protection of wildlife, so right, because human beings are the only beings with emotions. Human beings are the only beings, living beings, that human beings are the only beings which have emotions. And the ability to show compassion. Human beings are the only beings with emotions and the ability to show compassion. Okay, now write issues with wildlife ethics. Issues, next heading, issues. Issues in wildlife ethics, yes, I don't know. Issues in wildlife ethics. Now, degradation of forest. That one. Degradation of forest has resulted in human-animal conflict. Has resulted in human-animal conflict. Increasing pressure on wildlife. Due to changes in human behavior. Human behavior. Some brief examples you write. Anti-slaughter laws. Anti-slaughter laws. Culling of animals. Slaughter laws. Which make laws, I think, that was banning slaughters. See, also there was also in news scheme, during certain days you should keep the meat shop shut. Many that meat shop should be cut. So, culling of example, then there's some conflict animal ethics killing, anti-slaughter laws. Again, you can connect with that personal choice, no? Anti-slaughter laws, freedom of choice. Jallikattu. Also, there was also a recent in news that pet grooming centers were abusing the dogs. I'll show the video, right? Pet grooming centers, pet grooming, pet. We have a pet, dog, cat, pet grooming centers. Abusing dogs. Due to this increasing threat of wildlife and animal life, due to the increasing threat of wildlife, and human conflict, animal ethics field is emerging. Due to the increasing threat to wildlife, animal ethics field is emerging. Although it is still in an emerging state, its influence can be found. Although it is still in an emerging state, its influence can be found when there is increasing awareness. Although it is still in an emerging stage, its influence can be found when there is increasing awareness about rights of animals, even Supreme Court guidelines. Even in Supreme Court guidelines, it is said ultimate responsibility. Even in Supreme Court guidelines, it said ultimate responsibility is on humans to protect wildlife and animals. Even our fundamental duty outlines developing compassion. Even our fundamental duty outlines developing compassion towards all living creatures. See, this is basically an emerging field. This is basically an emerging field of ethics. People are now getting more aware. See this video. What happened in Thane, in Maharashtra? This is a pet grooming center. People give pet for grooming, you understand, haircut, etc. He was constantly hitting this very badly. Yes, they are not showing the entire video clips. See how this is an emerging field. Before, people may have ignored all this. Okay, but now he was arrested, police case happened. So there is also increasing of animal ethics. Police case also happened that police was taking him away. People also started hitting him also. अच्छा मोबाइल भी होता Yes, Menka Gandhi very active in promoting animal ethics. I guess some big boss type person was selling snake venom. That is increasing awareness of animal ethics. So also Menka Gandhi recently, then one so-called infamous person was selling snake venom. So Menka Gandhi then took cognizance. This is all about increasing animal ethics in our country. Good that animals also are now, people are more concerned about the dignity of animals also. Okay, then this session comes to an end. Hope it was enlightening. You enjoyed. Though a bit boring topic. Answer writing tomorrow. I'll give 4 pins. Now see, you want answer writing, well and good. But you guys people are not able to write any simple questions also. Answer writing हो जाए कल उस दिन 2 आंसर लिखे तब से आ जाए. So see answer writing live evaluation is very effective because feedback is provided instant. You can improve upon. So use this time properly. Please revise. Things will get ingrained now. Otherwise, you get into prelims preparation in 3-4 months, depending on which level you are. You will not read ethics then. Then after prelims, you will open ethics. You will find it very difficult. After prelims, the strategy should be to write as many tests as possible. Okay. Okay then. See you tomorrow.